Hey junkyard fans, back out in the supercars junkyard. Today I'm going to try to lift up this Charger. I think it's a 73, it might be a 74, and it's getting lower and lower. Hubs and stuff are getting down in the dirt, so I'd like to get it lifted up, but it might be a little bit challenging because it looks like there's a valance on it yet, and I'd rather not wreck that. So I might open the hood and try to get a chain or something in the engine compartment and use the winch on the old greasel here, and then maybe get some blocks under it. I probably have some bricks laying around, otherwise I'll maybe just use this wood and see how it goes. And then I'm hoping that we can take a look, see what's left on a couple of the cars here. I got the Charger, and then I got an old Belvedere next to it, and a Duster down here. So we're gonna look at a couple of Mopars today and see what we got. I moved the bumpers and some of the stuff that was on the hood, put it on some of the other cars here, and I was gonna try to hook on with a chain and use the boom here and cable and lift this up, try not to wreck anything, but it's going to be pretty challenging. For one thing, I didn't realize that the engine was still in this car. It kind of surprised me. I don't know that anybody needs a 318. That's probably what it is. And but we're going to try to figure something out here. I'll be right back with you when I see what I can come up with. I'm going to put the boom down and then extend it out, try to get as low as I can. Then I'm gonna run the cable in and maybe hook on the sway bar in here, or the frame. We've got the frame right here too, and I'll hook a chain to that and then see if we can lift it up. This isn't making me real happy seeing this sinking down this much. It's not good. This cable ends up running out as you move that out. So I've got a release here on the winch. So this was a twin line tow truck, but we don't have the second winch anymore. I had a little incident when I was scrap metal collecting. I tried to pull a combine out of a tree line and I broke my winch. So I'm down to one winch left. Now that that's released, get this pulled out. If it wasn't wrapped up in here, so it looks like I will have to try to run it out with the power. Well, this is going to be challenging. I don't want to wreck the core support. I don't know that it really matters, but you know, yeah, I'm not in the business of wrecking old muscle car parts. Try to save what you can. Not that much of it left out there. Well, I got the boom underneath the hood. I had to lift a little bit here. I got the latch is setting on the boom, and I got the boom about as low as it'll go, and then I put a tow hook and chain around, and we're gonna see if we can lift it up and get it a little bit less close to China. I forgot to re-engage the winch. That'll help. Kind of scary. Whoa. here's the valance hanging here. That's what I didn't want to back under and wreck. It looks like this side is okay. That's a good foot and a half higher than it was. I'll use, I can raise the boom. Try not to hit this core support here. I can see it's a little bit kinkle fritzed already from a previous encounter. Maybe somebody putting an engine in it or something hooked it a little bit. I just about have it high enough. I'm going to put these logs underneath the frame, I think, is the plan for today. I lifted the back up a couple years ago, so I was able to get at that pretty easy from this side when I had sold some car. I think I had a Duster or a Demon over there, and when that left, then I got underneath the back and got it lifted up. So yeah, I don't know. This one, you know, when it gets that low, that I think the Chinese could be tickling the belly. So I'm gonna get these boards under it and let it down, and then we'll look at a couple of these. I just noticed I had these monster blocks over here, so I'm gonna lift it high enough that I can roll that underneath the frame rail, and by rights we should never have to worry about it sinking down too far ever again. See how that goes. Oh, there I am, right up against the core support. I think that's about as high as I dare go. I was looking under here when I had it up, and I see it has the manual tranny bell housing. And if I remember right, I pulled the 4-speed out for a guy and he never came and picked it up. So I think they're called 833 new processor. And I believe I have that up in the shop. I think I have it up in my storage building, which is kind of neat. And I noticed also there's a chain hanging under here, and I'm just wondering what that was about, if somebody had a chain around the drive shaft or something crazy. This thing isn't that rusty under here. I can't believe it. You can see where it was laying down onto the ground. That shouldn't be an issue now. Oh, look at the rocker. Whew. Terrible. Nasty. I got the monster blocks underneath the frame rail on both sides. We're gonna set her back down, take a look at these parts cars. Yeah, so this one, I don't think I have the title anymore. I don't remember if I saved it or it got sent in to the state, but there's some linkage for the carburetor wiring still on this one. Few parts. So 73 and 4, I think, are telltale when you see these bumper guards sticking out on the front bumper. That's you know, it's got bumper boobs. We looked underneath and showed you that bell housing was in there, and the clutch pedals are still in it. It's got the sweep dash. I don't know if that's almost all of these years. It'd be kind of cooler if it had those round gauges, but that might have just been 71 and 72. Looks like a satellite, maybe 68 satellite fender there. That's kind of gonna need some work if somebody could save it. These might be doors off that satellite, and maybe a dust or two that I parted out. I think this is a CUDA deck lid, but that might be too far gone. Another bumper here. Radiator looks like we pulled that out and put it in here. I don't know about these manifolds and heads, what they're off of. Something I had just taken out. Maybe they'd been up in the shop too long. And then I think this Duster's a 74. Here's another Another bumper for a 73 or 4 Charger. Had the XSS, or is it 55, 70 radial steel belt. Looks like the steel belt had a little burp. Door's kind of stuck. And I think this was a straight 6, but it ran and somebody needed one, so it went an extra deck lid off of one we parted out. And it looks like pretty decent front bumper on this yet too. I'm thinking we should get this lifted up and try to get it a little higher also. Maybe an okay door on this side too. Let's walk down and take a look at that Belvedere. This is a 67. Hood might be good. Steering column is hanging here. Automatic on the column it was. Looks like we stole a couple things out of the dash, and the dash pad is gone. And I remember a guy coming for the seats. He was pretty pleased to get those, but this is still here. That's they're kind of hard to come by. Seat belts. Let me grab a screwdriver and we'll look in the trunk, see if there's any treasures in there. Checking it out. Gonna see what's in here. I went and grabbed a screwdriver out of my toolbox in my tow truck. A little trick to get these trunk lids open. Oh, got it. All right. So, yeah, there's when the key is lost, when the lock is out, there's just a slot back here that you can get your screwdriver in and then turn it. So just, yeah, we were just gonna see what's in here. This trunk lid doesn't look too bad. A little Bondo here in the top, but maybe a decent trunk lid. Actually, who knows? Somebody might want to even try to do something with this. But yeah, we were just gonna look in here. Look at these sexy, I don't know. I hope someone didn't get a promotion at Mopar when they came up with that. Got some of those if you're in intense need for some beautiful hubcaps. Or as we say in the industry, wheel covers. So yeah, it looks like I had stored, I think this was that 68 Satellite I had. So maybe one of these drive shafts is from that. Looks like 8 3/4 rear axles for a B body, and then that looks like from a Coronet that I had that I sold. I think there wasn't much left of it. The guy bought it just to get the I think it was just to get the glass out of it. He wanted the glass, so he bought a whole Coronet shell from me, minus these couple little trinkets here, for like $600 or something. But let's take a look under the hood. Some of these bumpers that were laying around on top of the hood of the Charger, I think this is a 70 Charger rear bumper, and it's a little tough, you know, maybe on a driver, but definitely it'd be a good core for a re-chromer. See if I can get this open. It looks like it's popped, so shouldn't be too big of a deal here. I used to know where all these latches were by heart, but I have to look these days. When you are dealing with these old car hoods and the old hinges, what people do is they'll get the hood open, usually without wrecking anything, but then they'll go and try to shut it real fast. And what happens is the hinges have gotten so sticky and dry that they kink the hood and kind of wreck it, basically wreck it. So what I always do when I'm opening them, I'm kind of helping and pulling it up a little bit. No motor, was a V8. The automatic transmission is still there. It looks pretty small. It must be a 904. And then looks like some of the wiring is still here if somebody needed some of that stuff. So I don't know, you know, kind of like the Impala that I'm working on or trying to get together. This thing maybe could be a rat rod. Somebody could do something with it, I think. And I believe I do have the title for this car. I believe I have the title. And you know, I don't know. Maybe you got a 360 Magnum laying around and you want to do a burnout contest and you get something on the road. Anyway, so now to shut the hood on these old cars when they're real sticky, this one isn't as bad as some, but it isn't good. Get this stuff out of the way. So what I do, so I don't kick the hood, is I kind of push it and help it from side to side a little bit if I have to. There you go. Presto. Yeah, so that's about it for today. Got some more bumpers from these cars laying around. I ported out a lot of 71 to 74 Chargers and also quite a few Dusters. I had some pretty neat ones that were, you know, had the dual hood scoops and stuff like that on them, but most of those are gone now, so just kind of down to the bones, picking at the bones. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and follow me. That would be cool. I appreciate it. Till next time.